Good afternoon and welcome to Liberty Sports. This now you weekly program where they come to you every Saturday at 12 p.m. live from Liberty TV Online now we Freetown Studios. Me na the presenter for today, Bankole Labode Oyu. As usual, we go take a look at major talking points in both local and international sports, including some updates about one amazing inter-house sports meet where one special needs school hold when at the Milton Magai School for the Blind, as they don't hold the second annual sports meet from where they established the school in 1958. They only don't hold two inter-house sports meets. So we go bring you update for sake of that, and also we go take a look at other talking points in sports, including a roundup of activities across major European leagues, as we don't see champions don't be crowned, a lot of cup upsets from last week until a few days ago. We go also review the UEFA Europa League action and as well bring you some transfer news, football gossip, and also some delve into the tennis action as tennis superstars they prepare ahead of the start of the Roland Garros French Open tournament. The Geneva Open ATP don't already reach the final stage, so we go take a look at that and bring you some more update in sports. No go no side, just stay tuned to Liberty TV Online and keep company with me, Bankole Labode Oyu, for at least the next 1 hour. On the other side of the break, we go can start the talk proper. Stay tuned. So we go take a little bit of what's in the papers they say across Europe this morning, as the Italian Serie A season don't come to a conclusion last night. Well, not officially, but at least the season don't come to a conclusion for Inter Milan and Napoli, as Antonio Conte in Napoli team don't peep Inter Milan to the Italian Scudetto as they be win against Cagliari yesterday by 2-0. Goals from ex-Manchester United stars Romelu Lukaku and Scott McTominay been help for ensure say Napoli been win the Scudetto just by the skin of their teeth with 1 point advantage. Now Romelu Lukaku and Scott McTominay now then get the deadliest combination inside the Serie A this season, as just between these two then gets more than 23 goals between them inside the Italian Serie A. Well, for Inter Milan, now be one minor blow as themselves get treble winning aspiration as they already there in the final of the European Champions League as they get a date with Paris Saint-Germain in the next few days. So themselves be win the match against Como by 2-0, but that not been sufficient as Napoli being edged them with that 1 point advantage for Napoli the Italian Scudetto title for the 2024-2025 Italian Serie A season. Well, on to some other football news where they meet with this morning. Now that Mohamed Salah inside the English Premier League don't be declared as the winner for the Premier League Player of the Season. The Egyptian winger being scored 28 league goals and as well provide 18 assists. So it means say in 46 goal involvement sufficient for letting win the Premier League Player of the Season, and now don't become one of the players who don't win this award on multiple occasions, along with players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Kevin De Bruyne, Nemanja Vidic, and the great Thierry Henry. So good luck to Mohamed Salah as he also don't set a new record for the first player for reach 46 goals involvement in a 38 league tournament. Well, the highest record currently held by people like Andy Cole and the great Alan Shearer, but then being reached 47 goals involvement in a 42 league campaign season. So Mohamed Salah, for all players who don't play in a 38 league campaign, and get the best record. Mohamed Salah just keeps getting better and better, and he's over 30. I am sure that Liverpool go extend this man in contract, and I will not be surprised if we continue seeing the Egyptian magician for remain at Liverpool for the next 2, 3 or even 4 years. Well, to some other football news, as Tottenham Hotspurs, thousands of Tottenham Hotspurs fans go line the streets of London ready for the parade of the UEFA Europa League trophy. Well, this come after Ange Postecoglou in team been shocked Manchester United inside the Estadio San Mamés in midweek for win the European UEFA League last week. This come as a result of some tactical discipline and defensive solidity as Ange Postecoglou on the day been win the battle of the minds as he been tactically get them right over Ruben Amorim. Tottenham now don't win their first title in 17 seasons. So after a very long time, having had players like Harry Kane, Gareth Bale, the list goes on, Moussa Dembele, Eric Dyer, Pablo Chenko, the great Luka Modric. But now Tottenham finally have a trophy, having come close on several occasions. Finally, they don't get a trophy. We will come to the analysis of that UEFA Europa League final day. But what other news for bring regarding the future of Ange Postecoglou? Former Tottenham Hotspurs Irish winger Robbie King don't say he see Tottenham Hotspurs for retain the services of the Australian coach Ange Postecoglou. Well, this came after the Australian be mastermind one impressive 1-0 win in the final of the UEFA Europa League over Manchester United. Tottenham been get them breakthrough in the first half as Wales winger Brendan Johnson being run onto a terrific cross by Senegalese midfielder Pape Sarr. So this now means Ange Postecoglou gets a legitimate reason for stake a claim for the Tottenham Hotspurs retain him. The Australian be there under pressure for large spells of the season as Spurs don't get a terrible season as them finish in 17th place behind Manchester United, where them beat in the final of the UEFA Europa League. Well, earlier in the season, Ange been said to reporters that he always they win things in second spell in the clubs where he don't coach. At the moment when he say that, the media being treat this statement with a hilarious look as they may consider this for be something rather comic. But there you go, Ange Postecoglou said it and he's done it. Tottenham will now have the chance to play in the European Champions League in the 2025-2026 European season, and also then get an opportunity for play against the winner of the European Champions League in the European Super Cup next season. So, having not had a trophy for 17 seasons, Spurs now get the chance for suddenly win 2 trophies within just the space of a few months. Good luck to them. As a Manchester United fan, it hurts me to say this, but I think Tottenham on the day, they been get their defensive discipline right, and they were simply clinical. They had more discipline, and I think they deserved it. So coming to the match proper now, well, Manchester United been going to this encounter as hot favourites for lifts the UEFA Europa League. But Tottenham then defensive resoluteness been help them as an extraordinary clearance by Dutch defender Michael van der Horn prevents Danish striker Rasmus Højlund in header from going into the net. The Dutch defender van der Horn been lifted in feet almost 6 feet into the air for clear away Rasmus Højlund in header and keep the score at 1-0. Although Manchester United been dominate large spells of the second half, but Italian goalkeeper Vicario been just forced into a few saves as in defense been do the rest of the deal for him with help from people like Christian Romero and also Michael van der Horn. Tottenham been largely help for curtail Manchester United their onslaught as them be just restrict the Red Devils to a couple of opportunities on goal. Well, this now means United go trophyless for the first time in 2 seasons, and this now an opportunity for Ruben Amorim inside rebuild as they don't get a terrible start. Manchester United not even able to amass 40 points yet. This represents the lowest points tally in a single league season for over 25 years. This also means Manchester United now the second worst team outside the relegation zone. If we go judge only by results from January on to now, then the Red Devils deserve for them at the relegation zone, because from January on to now, Manchester United not ever win 4 games on the bounce. This tells you the terrible nature of this club in performance throughout the season. So it appears as if, well, not winning the UEFA Europa League is a disappointment, but it can equally be a blessing in disguise for we Manchester United fans, as this go help we for identify the issues where they go wrong with beloved club. It go also help we not for hide the real problems them we don't hold this club to ransom. We get a genuine lack of quality. Some players where they play at this club really probably not deserve for wear that prestigious jersey day. So we might struggle, the club might struggle for get world-class players for can play for Manchester United next season because we not make European competitions. But we get a genuine chance for rebuild and go for young players who are thirsty and ready for play for the badge. For instance, we not even get a striker For the first time in many, many seasons, we never even get a striker who score above 12 goals. So that tell you the nature of the poor performances where this club don't put on throughout the season. Well, in other Manchester United related news, United go look for cash in on talented Argentina winger Alejandro Garnacho for finance them bid for Swedish striker Victor Gyökeres. Well, Alejandro Garnacho now be one player wey been kept on the bench in the final of the UEFA Europa League as Ruben Amorim be only give the Argentine superstar 20 minutes for show wetin im can do. Garnacho be don play crucial role in the previous rounds of the UEFA Europa League, but according to a social media post by im brother Robert Garnacho, im bin say im feel like I say United throw im brother under the bus. Dis comments don fuel speculation for say Garnacho no dey feel at all happy inside the theatre of dreams, as im feel say im deserve more opportunities than im don get under Ruben Amorim. Well, this come as Manchester United be also want for sell Garnacho inside the January transfer window for help them for finance and moves for other players, but because of the belated nature of the proposal, Garnacho bin still remain at the club, and we go look for see whether Manchester United go able for sell Garnacho for cash in on Alejandro Garnacho for finance a bid for arguably the most complete striker in Europe, Victor Gyökeres, wey don score 53 goals this season. Again, there might be some issues, some controversy, as the Swedish superstar clearly go want for keep in career going by playing in a club where they play in a European competition, at least UEFA, but having not qualified to Europe this season, it go look very unlikely for the great Manchester United succeed for lure the services of Victor Gyökeres. But probably with Ruben Amorim in influence and also with Manchester United and status in Europe, probably the club might succeed for lure the services of Victor Gyökeres and bring him to the theatre of dreams. Well, we go wait for see how far the club can go for strike a deal for Victor Gyökeres. We go bring you more updates on major talking points and sports across the world just after we don't go for a break. On the other side of the break, we go bring you some tennis news plus an update from the annual Interhouse Sports Meet where the Milton Magai School for the Blind don't organize for the second term since 1958. So we go bring you more updates on that plus some tennis news and also other transfer news across the world. Stay tuned and go nowhere. Stay tuned to Liberty TV. We go see you on the other side of the break. Right, you welcome back to Liberty Sports. As I hope say the viewers they keep me solitary company as I dey in the studios alone today. Well, we will continue for look at major talking points. As yesterday, now the Morrington Municipal Primary School field inside the Morrington community, the Milton Magai School for the Blind, where in the country in first blind school, Salone in first blind school, being hold the annual inter-house sports meet for the second term only inside the school in history. Since the foundation of the school inside 1958, this school don't hold only 2 inter-house sports meet, and yesterday will be the second. Well, now be an amazing scene as people where they live with visual impairments, where we can call blind people, they really show their athletics skills yesterday across several athletics events, including the 100 meters, 200 meters, all-out relay, shot put, a lot of other events. So it being amazing yesterday for see parents, guardians, well-wishers, and as well observers from all over the city converge at the Morrington field as Yellow House been finished in first position yesterday as them be win over 80% of the races, including the all-out relay, the 100 meters, 50. Well, by virtue of the nature of the competition, some aspects of normal sports events be omitted as this na para sports because now people who they live with disability. What in this mean for our society? Well, this kind of events go help for change their negative perception or then stereotype them where people then get what people who they live with disability, especially blind people, for say them people here, well then sorry, then helpless, pass you sorry for them, you help them, they are beggars. Blind people and now they do waiting every other normal person can do. Then they play football and yesterday they demonstrate them, then they run. Then they run 100 meters with the proper training, proper facility. You know, can watch Paralympic sports. And I sure say viewers don't they see where other international blind athletes they run. So there's nothing where people who are blind not can do now as normal as every other person they do. So this kind of event now an eye opener for say Salone. We self not there too far. We say people and self now na Salone get a lot of things for offer if the society provide the enabling environment for people who live with disabilities for sure what they can do. Well, also this means say with the right support, with the right empowerment, if people come on board, it go help for increase the awareness because as I don't initially say now the second term these events don't be held. Well, these events largely been come to fruition because of the courage and the love where one Sierra Leonean woman we based in the US, you know go on for that calling name, but Madam Jenny Tijan Keller, along with the Caring Arms Foundation, then support the organization of this inter-house sports meet for the second term inside 2 years. So if many other Sierra Leoneans come in and help other people who live with disabilities, then go show their ability in sports. And we get amputee team, we get single leg amputee team. Then can people also need more sponsorship. They are doing well and then they go African Nations Cup. But they can struggle for get the right sponsorship. But they are doing well. So with the right support, the right encouragement, people living with disabilities can offer a little bit more in terms of their sporting skills. So congratulations to the people of the Milton Magai School for the Blind, and congratulations to every person living with disabilities. We really don't show yesterday say disability, not to inability, with the right environments, the enabling environment, the right support, we can really demonstrate we greatest potential. So congratulations to them. And by the way, Yellow House been finished in second place yesterday behind. Blue House been finished in second place yesterday behind Yellow House as them been clinched the championship for the second year running. So arguably Yellow House now the best House, now the Milton Maga School for the Blind. Commiserations to Blue House. Wish them all the best in next year's tournament, next year's Inter-House Sports Meet. All the best to them. So over to some tennis news now, as Novak Djokovic, they prepare for clinch in 100 ATP tournament as he don't make the final of the Geneva Open. Usai Ingo play against one Hungarian tennis superstar. Well, this come after Novak Djokovic been say earlier this week that he don't really need a coach right now, that he's comfortable for work with the team with there around them, and Ingo see what go happen ahead of the Roland Garros French Open tournament where they start anytime soon. The 24th-time Grand Slam champion done the struggle for gets in best form this season, as in done the trophyless since we in win in Olympic title last year against Carlos Alcaraz. Well, all the best to Novak Djokovic. We hope say Ingo able for secure in 100th ATP tournament inside the Geneva Open ahead of the Roland Garros French Open tournament. Carlos Alcaraz, the Spanish tennis sensation, don't say ahead of the French Open in confidence but in very weary of Italian number one tennis player Yannick Sinner. Well, this come after Alcaraz being win a title last week inside the Italian Open as he been defeat British number one tennis player Jack Draper for jump second place inside the men's tennis table ranking, as India now second, just one place behind the Italian tennis superstar. So a win for Carlos Alcaraz inside in favorite French Open tournament, as he don't win this title on at least 2 occasions already at the young age of 2021. So a win for him go see him come very close to first place inside the men's tennis tournament ranking. So now an exciting time awaits all tennis lovers as the French Open tournament, when the most widely watched clay tournament inside the tennis calendar, they're about to start in the next few days. In good for Novak Djokovic, he's waiting Tanlek in best form as the Serbian tennis player don't they struggle for get in best form. This come after he don't part company with former British number one tennis superstar Andy Murray, as the two been put an end to their extraordinary partnership in just 6 months, as Novak Djokovic don't they struggle for get the best form so far. Well, to some other football news, Newcastle don't report about 1 hour ago say 33-year-old English international Dan Burn go remain at the club until the summer of 2027. This come after the 33-year-old England international don't enjoy an impressive season. On a personal note, Dan Burn be don't receive in first ever England call up, and as well in being score the title clinching goal inside Newcastle, then 2-1 win against Liverpool inside the final of the EFL Cup inside Wembley earlier this year. Well, Dan Burn, it could not get better for Dan Burn, although he's in his 30s, but it looked like all the best memories, all the best moments in football career don't come way in don't past the age of 30. He is a very good footballer, one of the tallest players in the English Premier League. He used to be a left back initially, but Eddie Howe in tactical tweaking don't see Dan Burn they now occupy waiting time like a central defensive partnership with either Fabian Schär or Sven Botman, the Dutch central defender. All the best to him. Well, to some other football news, as sorry. As Newcastle go look for strengthening their chance for qualify for the Champions League tomorrow, as then go take on David Moyes in Everton side. Well, it look like either Newcastle, Chelsea, or Nottingham Forest no go qualify for the Champions League, as Man City more or less don't qualify, because tomorrow we get a match between Nottingham Forest and Chelsea. All the matches inside the English Premier League will take place at the same time tomorrow around 3 p.m. So a couple of important fixtures for bring you. Manchester City go play inside Craven Cottage away to Fulham, where Seth gets European qualification aspiration